So you all know I love citrus fragrances, and I did a citrus list last year, but I wanted to do another one since my collection changes and grows and all that good stuff. But I'm dividing it into a couple of different citrus videos. So today I have a specific fragrance video about citrus fragrances, and we're mostly focusing on lemons, bergamot, lime, things like that. Some might have oranges in it and so forth, but today we're strictly focusing on a citrus fragrance. So if you want to find out my favorite, top 20 favorite citrus fragrances with 2 honorable mentions as they are brand new, then please stay tuned. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Sebastian with Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Let's jump right into this list. Citrus fragrances are perfect for summer. It is summer now. It's warm out there, although here in San Francisco we're having a pretty cool summer. Cool so far. We've had one big heat wave and that was pretty much it. Today, as I'm shooting this video, it's about 65 degrees here in San Francisco, so a very, very cool summer day. So my number one, it's an honorable mention. It's from the house of Byredo. Brand new. It's called Sundazed. Here we have a very beautiful citrus fragrance, very citrus floral along with citruses, and there's actually a weird cotton candy note thrown in here too, which gives it a unique twist, but it doesn't go candy-like too much. So this one has mandarin orange, which is really lovely, but for me I get more of the lemons and the neroli with the mandarin, so it's a good combo of those 3 notes. And that cotton candy note is here, but like I said, it's not so prominent. And this is going to be perfect this summer as it warms up, or when I leave to go into the warmer parts of California, as most of California is pretty warm, but here in San Francisco we have a special kind of climate where it's always cool when it's hot outside of the area. So first honorable mention is Sundazed from Byredo. Second honorable mention goes to Panah London's Icy Citrus, a brand new one from this house. I recently reviewed the strawberry fragrance from this house, and now we have Icy Citrus. This is such a unique fragrance, and I'm going to have to review it very soon so you can all find out about it. But I had a sample of this and I was wearing it, and when you sweat, it starts giving you this like cooling effect. Like you can feel this like almost like mentholatum, kind of like tingling where your sweat is. So if you spray some on and you drop a little, drips of water, you'll feel that tingling kind of like mentholatum, kind of like feeling, which is really, really awesome when it's really warm and hot outside and you get this like cooling, tingling sensation. It's really, really cool. But this one's all about citruses, woody notes, vanilla, and then there's that cooling technology that's used in skincare that's in here that's giving you that cooling effect. Check it out, Icy Citrus, very, very unique fragrance. Honorable mention number 2. Let's go to the list. And this is not in order, so it's all over the place. Just I'm recommending you 20 fragrances. Sur la Route from Louis Vuitton. Beautiful, beautiful citrus aromatic fragrance. Juicy citruses, lots of citruses. Beautiful lemon. And then there's of course bergamot here as well. So if you like it citrusy, you like it aromatic, and just breezy summer citrus fragrance, Sur la Route is quite an amazing fragrance. So if you like the idea of citruses, definitely check out Louis Vuitton's Sur la Route. Next, going to the house of Paris Monte Carlo, and this one is CEDRO DIAMANTE. Now this one is a very citrusy fragrance experience. There's 3 in this collection that came out last year, and of course 2 days ago or a couple days ago I reviewed the Arancia di Sicilia, yeah, that one. And this one actually is one of the first 3, and this is all about citruses. So you've got basically citron, lemon, lime. If you like it citrusy, this is it. It's not focusing on any particular citrus so much. I think it's a great balance of that citron note, the lemon note, and the lime note. Of course, there's other things happening here. There's some aromatic notes and some woody notes, but it's all about the citruses. So if you like it citrusy, then this is definitely one for you. And this is, after all, a citrus list. Next, we're going to the same house again. It's Paris, Monte Carlo, and Bergamotto di Calabria. And this is all about bergamot with petitgrain and vetiver. And this time we're focusing on the bergamot note with that green petitgrain, woody petitgrain note. And it's totally beautiful. This is really lovely. I find this one to be a little tartar, a little more harsher, more powerful than the Bergamotto, which is a little softer, and for those who like a beautiful juicy bergamot fragrance. So this is another one from Paris, Monte Carlo, Bergamotto di Calabria. I did not include the Mandarino on this list because it will be on a future list. But for now, we have these two. Next, it's from the house of PENHALIGON'S, the one that I reviewed for you guys some time ago. It's the Impudent Cousin Matthew, and we had a winner that won this fragrance, and they were ecstatic about it, and it's a great fragrance. This is petitgrain, mandarin orange, patchouli, gorgeous stuff. Really gorgeous stuff. To me, it smells like a wonderfully woody, citric, bright, fizzy, sparkly eau de cologne style men's cologne. Although I don't think it's like strictly a men's targeted fragrance, it does lean a little masculine, but just really beautiful. A great fragrance if you like it. You know, petitgrainy, orangey, and of course patchouli. Definitely check out the Impudent Cousin Matthew. Next, we're going to the house of LABO. It's Bergamot 22. This one right here. This one I featured in my Summer Beast video, or niche fragrances that are perfect for summer that are beast. Now, a lot of people were questioning that this one's not a beast for them. I did include it in the 20 to 11 side of the list rather than the top 10, because even though I get great longevity with this one, I get awesome longevity. It's not like a beastly performing projection and sillage type of a thing. The longevity is what I was mostly focusing on. And this is a great long-lasting, mostly a skin scent, as I was saying, but for the first hour or two, you do get some nice projection there. It's beautiful, and it's one of the best citrus fragrances for me. So this is bergamot, grapefruit, vetiver, orange blossom, petitgrain, a very juicy, sparkly citrus. So awesome. Anyway, that's Bergamot 22 from LABO. Next, going to the house of I Profumi di Firenze. This one is Limone de Sicilia. This is lemon, lime, grapefruit, bergamot. And this one, to me, is like sipping on limoncello from the south of Italy. It's citruses, of course. I read you the notes, but to me there's a sweetness, and for me limoncello kind of has like the sugary quality to it, even though it's all about the lemons and the sugar and things like that. So it does have a little bit of a sweet sugary quality, but it's all citruses. And if you like citruses, definitely check this one out because it smells great. So this is Limone de Sicilia from I Profumi di Firenze. Next, going to the house of NISHANE. This is COLOGNISE. This one right here. Wow, this is so good. Just like all of these fragrances, these are my favorite citrus fragrances, but this one, it is a cologne, but it has pretty decent longevity because it's got this musky backbone, so it lingers, even though it's more of a skin scent and things like that. It's not meant to be really loud like other NISHANE fragrances, but this one's all about bergamot, lemons, grapefruit, neroli, musk. It's a to die for fragrance, very clean and citric. And I like it when it's really warm outside and you want something refreshing. So this is COLOGNISE from NISHANE. And next we're going to the house of Jacques Fatt, and this is Green Water. This is a classic staple men's fragrance. It's not necessarily overly citric, but you have lots of citruses here. But you also have some aromatic notes like mint. There's bergamot here, neroli, there's orange, lemon, mandarin orange. It's a fruit basket of citruses and really lovely fragrance. It's a kind of a signature kind of a fragrance. It's one that people can wear over and over again, not get tired of it. Just something very pleasant and juicy, citrusy. So this is Green Water from the house of Jacques Fatt. A lot of these fragrances I have reviewed, so check my channel if you want to find out more information about it, such as this next one is from the house of Essential Parfums. This is Nice or Nice Bergamot. And here we have bergamot, jasmine, lily of the valley, cedar, and other notes. But it's beautiful, bright, juicy bergamot fragrance, but with a woody side to it. And this is just lovely. It's so fresh and refreshing. And the cool thing about this house, Essential Parfums, check out my video. It's a preview video of their 5 initial fragrances. They're all under $100 for niche fragrances. They're not overly intense. They're basically perfect to wear every day. And you've got a beautiful bergamot here. So this is nice bergamot from Essential Parfums. Next, going to the House of L'Artisan Parfumé. This is Sur la Herbe, this one right here. Here we have another cologne or eau de cologne concentration like this one. And this one is very, very clean and soapy. You got bergamot, you got neroli, you got lemons, you got green notes. Anytime you see neroli or orange blossom, for me it goes very soapy, especially when it's on the lighter side like a eau de cologne. Even eau de toilettes do as well. And here we have a lovely one. It's for those really, really warm days when you don't want something really intense. You want the freshness and the refreshing qualities of the citruses and of course the flowers. Here we have Sur la Herbe from L'Artisan Parfumé. Check that out. I quite like that one. Next, more of a beast mode citrus fragrance. It's Aqua Viva here from the House of Profumum Roma. This is really long-lasting citrus fragrance for me, but it's all about lemon. This is a very, very tart, juicy, citric, sour lemon with cypress and cedar note. It's to die for, actually. This is I didn't include this house on this list because they're kind of, well, they've already transitioned from Annick Goutal to Goutal, but if you know that brand and you know a fragrance called Eau d'Adrienne, this is the intense, more beast mode version of Eau d'Adrienne. Eau d'Adrienne came out in the early 80s. This came out in the 90s, I believe. I could be wrong, but this house has been around since the mid 90s. Don't quote me on that. But I do have a preview video shot in their boutique, in their flagship boutique in Rome. You can check that out. But if you're looking for a very tart, sour citrus, lemony citrus, this is definitely one for you to try. This is Aqua Viva from Profumum Roma. Next, going to the House of Atelier Cologne. This is Bergamotte Soleil. This is a beautiful bergamot fragrance. It's very bright and juicy, but it's also not overly sour. You've got some sweetness in there. It's almost like you've got all these citruses and you've kind of like drizzled some sugar in there to give it a little balance rather than like leaning one side and going sour. And you've got a little bit of sour and you've got a little bit of sugar. Really juicy, lovely. This is a great house. Yeah, I think it's a great house. It's owned by L'Oreal. They sold the company to L'Oreal, so they distribute the fragrances, but they have some awesome citruses. They have a lot of citruses, actually, and I only have 2 on here. I didn't want to overload with one brand, but definitely decided to put this brand on here. So this is a Bergamotte Soleil from Atelier Cologne. I'll put that one right here. Next, going to the House of Maison Margiela. This is Under the Lemon Trees. Now here, again, I wanted to stress the fact that I decided to put more lemons, bergamot, lime, things like that on this list. I wanted to do a separate video that focuses on oranges and other citrus fruits. You'll see that in the future. And I also wanted to leave off the neroli or orange blossom. There are some fragrances that are focusing more on that with the addition of the citruses, and the reverse is happening here. So even though you'll find some neroli, orange blossom in the fragrances, but the main focus of the fragrance is the actual fruit itself rather than the flower. Here we have a fragrance called Under the Lemon Trees from Maison Margiela. Now for this one, it's utilizing not lavender, what am I saying? It's utilizing lime in the notes rather than lemon, but it's called Under the Lemon Trees because it smells like actual lemons. But you have the lime, you have green tea, you've got the petitgrain, the actual leaves of the orange tree, you've got mate, another tea kind of a note, and then you've got musk. It's a really lovely fragrance. I find this one to be one of the fragrances from this house that's really loved by a lot of people. At least that's what I'm noticing from the comments here on this channel and from people telling me at various places I go to. If you like a wonderful, slightly sugary citrus fragrance, maybe a bit closer to this but not quite, then check out Under the Lemon Trees from Maison Margiela. So going to the house we spoke about here with IC Citrus, we have another one in the collection called 24K Citrus. This is it right here. This one is more about lemons for me. It's lots of lemons and vetiver and gaiac wood. And this one actually, I recently was testing again. I noticed how great as far as performance goes. It's amazing performance. And these two are nothing alike. This is IC Citrus. This is 24K Citrus. This one has those tingling sensations, kind of like mentholy, kind of like sensations when you put them on and you sweat. I think this would be perfect in the gym if you go. You get that cooling sensation. This one is more about the lemons. I think it's more closer to something like Aqua Viva, not quite the same, but you have lots of lemons here. You've got vetiver, you've got gaiac wood. It's a woody, lemony experience. A really, really lovely fragrance. I think if you want something long-lasting, definitely check out 24K Citrus from the house of Panah London. And now the Panah London fragrances are sold at Lucky Scent, so do check them out over there. Here at the next fragrance, we have a fragrance from the house of Chanel. This is Paris Biarritz right here, and this is part of the collection that is including there's 4 fragrances now. 3 light fragrances were launched initially, and a 4th one just came out this year. And Paris Biarritz I find to be the most citrusy of them all. It's very, very bright aromatic citruses. Not necessarily aromatic citruses, but you got lots of citruses with some aromatic notes. Really, really juicy citruses. With this one, you've got lemons, grapefruit, bergamot, tangerine, orange, neroli. You've got a big fruit basket of citruses in here, and it is exactly like that. Very green, very citrusy, light touches of aromatic notes and some citrus floral notes. Really, really lovely. It's a unisex scent. I think a lot of these are unisex, except this one's well, it used to be a men's targeted fragrance. It's now unisex targeted. And I think every single one of these is definitely unisex. This one is part of the men's collection from Louis Vuitton. So everything here is pretty unisex, so check them out. I think citruses are pretty gender neutral to me anyway, so I think they should be fine. Next, going to the house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and it's Petite Matin, this one right here. And here, what a wonderful fragrance. This is like a wake me up morning, kind of like if you're sleepy, you're gonna spray this one on and you're gonna like really wake up from the brightness of the citruses. You've got lemons, you've got orange blossom, musk, lavender. Oh my god, this one's like laundry clean. Very, very clean fragrance. Again, when you have that orange blossom, when you have the citruses, it tends to go very, very clean, and this one smells laundry clean. This is Petite Matin. What a wonderful fragrance this is. I loved wearing it, and that's from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Another Maison Francis Kurkdjian, this is Aqua Universalis Forte. Here we have lemons again, lots of lemons with bergamot, jasmine, white flowers, musk. Clean, ultra clean. This one actually, the musk is amped up. Lots of musk in this one, and it's so beautiful. But it's a clean musk. If you like it more beast mode, then this one's definitely it. But it's a clean. See, in the summertime, I like my fragrances to be very, very clean because it's so sweaty. You get sweaty from all the sun and heat, and you want to be clean, smell clean, and that's what I like about these cleaner fragrances. So this is Aqua Universalis Forte from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Another Penhaligon'S fragrance, this is Blenheim Bouquet. Now this one is a very, very clean fragrance. It does tend to go a little classic. You've got lemons, you've got lime, you've got pine note, you've got black pepper, and some lavender. So it's a bit aromatic, it's a bit citric, and some, you know, like the woody notes. So it's a very, very unique fragrance. It's very tart. This one I find to be a very tart experience as far as citrus goes, but it's a gorgeous fragrance. One that I used to wear back in the late 90s when I first discovered Penhaligon'S, and then I stopped wearing it, and now I have it again. It's a lovely fragrance. If you don't know Blenheim Bouquet, check it out if you like them tart and sour, citric, aromatic fragrances. That's Blenheim Bouquet from Penhaligon'S. Next is a fragrance from the house of Louis Vuitton, and this is Sunsong. Sunsong is a very sunny fragrance. So you've got citrus, or not, it's chock full of citruses, but the note is citron. There's orange blossom, there's musk, some other woody notes, but really, really lovely. If you like it orange blossomy, Sunsong is the one for you to try. And in fact, I was recently testing this. I tested it, I bought it obviously because I have it, and I was testing it on a test strip, and I sprayed it on and comparing it with another fragrance, which I won't mention what it is at this time, and I left the test strip for 3 days, and I came back. The smell was still on the test strip. It's amazing, the longevity. Now, the longevity is not the same on the skin, but on clothes and the test strip, obviously, it lasts. So this is Sunsong from the house of Louis Vuitton. And last but not least, we have a fragrance that I reviewed earlier this year. It's from the house of Atelier Cologne again, and that is Pacific Lime. This one right here, a very unique citrus fragrance focusing on the lime. You also have eucalyptus, you got coconut water, some other woody notes. Very, very unique. It's a bright, sunshiny, happy fragrance that is very limey, lime juicy, and coconut watery. But with this one, when you smell it, I think the combination of the notes gives it like there's an apple accord in it. I get like green apples, juicy, crisp, crunchy, clean, lovely, lovely fragrance. If you don't know this one, please check it out because it's a great fragrance. I love this one and I love wearing it. It makes me happy, if that makes sense to you guys. Anyway, that's Pacific Lime, and that's the list for you today. Do you have any questions or comments for me for these fragrances? Do you like any of these? Do you have a citrus fragrance that you wear that you like more than you like this one? Please let me know. Put a comment down. Let's get a conversation started. Other than that, guys, please like this video. Please share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll be back with more videos very soon. Have a good one. Goodbye.